Hello, today we'll be talking about the Enterprise Development and Investment Promotion Program, Shaping the Spirit of Entrepreneurship. The EDIP program is a program that has been developed in Bahrain with the ultimate goal of assisting startup and existing entrepreneurs, micro, small and medium enterprise to expand and grow. In 1996, UNIDO established in Bahrain the UNIDO Investment and Technology Promotion Office. The aim of this office was to promote foreign direct investment to the Kingdom of Bahrain and from the Kingdom of Bahrain abroad. In developing investment and promoting foreign direct investment, most investors require a local partner. And in doing so, in the case of Bahrain, we realized that we have a limited number of entrepreneurs who are ready and capable to take out these foreign investments and develop further joint ventures and partnerships. So accordingly, UNIDO, in cooperation with ASQA in 1998, developed a study on what are the entrepreneurial challenges or what are the obstacles facing entrepreneurs to start and grow and expand their businesses in the Kingdom of Bahrain, Lebanon, Egypt, and Jordan. The study came out with a set of challenges facing the entrepreneurs, one of which is a weak entrepreneurship culture. The entrepreneurship culture in Bahrain and the Arab region is mainly labeled as a very traditional educational system. We graduate the best employees in the world. We don't stimulate innovation. We don't stimulate new ideas. We don't stimulate taking the risk and building the risk. Another challenge that we realized in 1999 is that the demographics of the Arab region will require 100 million jobs by the year 2015. The growth rates of the population, the number of youth in the population, and in the Arab region made it a very big challenge that we need to create 100 million jobs by 2050. At the same time, based on the study, we realized that there is in existence of support systems, support programs that would help entrepreneurs from the idea stage all the way to the growth stage. And this does not only fall for entrepreneurs, but at the same time for micro and small and medium enterprises. Should these support programs be available in the Arab countries and in developing world, the problem is that these services are very scattered and they are not unified into a one network where the entrepreneur will be supported from the idea all the way to the growth. Another challenge that we realized is that there are limited support institutions targeting entrepreneurs in the area of building their capacities, helping them identify technologies, and at the same time access to finance. At the end of the day, you can develop a very nice idea, develop a very nice business plan, but if you do not have access to financing, your business will not see the light. And at the same time, the incubation system. Everybody traditionally knows as an incubator will create entrepreneurs. That's not the case. An entrepreneur will be serviced through an incubator, but you need to identify that individual who has the willingness to start and take the risk and then provide him with all these support services. So in Bahrain, what we have today is we have the UNIDO Investment Technology Promotion Office, which mainly focuses on promoting foreign investment and linking investment to technology and trade facilitation. And we have the Arab International Center for Entrepreneurship and Investment. The job of the Arab International Center is to help entrepreneurs start their business and convert their dreams into existing businesses, and at the same time provide added value services to existing micro, small and medium enterprises. The program that we have been very successful in developing in Bahrain in the year 1999-2000 is known today internationally as the Enterprise Development and Investment Promotion Program, and also known as the Bahrain Arab Model for Entrepreneurship Development. The program is made up of 5 steps. Step 1 is what we call preparation and empowerment. Entrepreneurs will go through a 3-week capacity building program so that they are more aware of what do we mean by an entrepreneur, who's an entrepreneur, what are the entrepreneur competencies, what do we mean by marketing, what do we mean by finance, who are the financial institutions that I can get financing from, what are the legal requirements for me to set up this business in Bahrain or in any country, and at the same time, how and what is required to develop the business plan. Entrepreneurs tend to move away from developing a business plan because this requires time and this requires a lot of research. So accordingly, what we try to do through this program is to mainly develop the business plan and look at what are the components and inputs that will ensure the success of that business. All of these information, all of these requirements are documented in the business plan. The business plan is also helpful because financial institutions, should they want to finance an entrepreneur or an existing enterprise, they need to know how this money will be spent. And the business plan provides that answers to their questions. After this capacity building program, and if you're watching this film today, it means that you are joining our program for the Enterprise Development and Investment Promotion Program. When we finalize step 1, which is preparation and empowerment, entrepreneurs will move to what we call business counseling. The job of the business counselors will be to help the entrepreneur develop the business plan and answer all the questions of the business plan. At the same time, any business requires technology, requires equipment, requires know-how. And accordingly, through the UNIDO Investment and Technology Promotion Office and the network of investment and technology promotion offices that are managed and run by UNIDO, we will be able to establish contacts for this entrepreneur with potential investors, with potential technology suppliers, so that we can link them together and then he can start his own business. Many of the times, this linkage between the domestic entrepreneur and the foreign investor leads to creating joint ventures and partnerships. And we have seen that and we have done that with several times with our entrepreneurs from Bahrain and those who are from outside Bahrain. Step 3 of the program is what we call financial linkages. With your business plan ready, your know-how ready, your technologies ready, you now approach financial institutions so that they can provide you financing for that. By the time we finish obtaining the financing, the entrepreneur will move to what we call step 4. Step 4 is 2 types. It's with what we call incubation. Incubation is 2 kinds, either in-wall incubation or virtual incubation. In the case of Bahrain, we have a number of incubators that entrepreneurs can utilize and can apply for, and then he can be provided the needed services within these incubators. Generally speaking, 98% of the entrepreneurs will not join a business incubator. They will start virtual incubation in the sense that they will rent an office, they will rent a shop and start operating their business. During the course of this program, business counseling and business counselors are always there ready for the entrepreneur to provide all the support needed so that we ensure that he develops the right business, gets the right financing, and does the right implementation. Step 5 of the program, 2-3 years down the line, after the entrepreneur starts his business, he starts looking at developing other markets or expanding into other markets. And accordingly, entrepreneurs will start saying, I'm selling in Bahrain, now I need to export to other countries in the region, or I want to export to Europe, US, whatever. So accordingly, the business counselors will sit once again with the entrepreneur and develop what we call the growth business plan. Many of the times, our entrepreneurs come to you and say, well, we want to start a completely new business now, in parallel to our old business. So accordingly, business counselors will once again sit with the entrepreneur and develop the business plan. And then more or less what we do, we move back to step number 2, which is counseling and technology tie-up. We counsel him, we develop the business plan, then we link him to financial institutions. He gets financing, he implements, he grows again 2-3 years, and then once again we keep on doing business counseling. The relationship between the business counselors and the entrepreneurs is an independent, gradual counseling process. What we try to do is to create independency between the entrepreneur and the business counselor. We would like the entrepreneur to take the knowledge of these business counselors so that in the future he does not need to rely on them. Creating entrepreneur business counselor dependency is a very big risk, because with time your entrepreneurs becomes very dependent on the business counselor, and this is something that we try to avoid. So accordingly, entrepreneurs will be assisted, supported, and we will give them the knowledge and know-how on how we are developing these solutions and how we are identifying these problems, so that later on he can start solving his own problems and overcoming his own obstacles. Business growth cycle. In the enterprise development business cycle, at every step of these, from the startup to the growth to the expansion to the maturity of the enterprise, the entrepreneur and the business requires a special set of services at every step of development. So accordingly, through the Enterprise Development and Investment Promotion Program, EDIP, our business counselor provide the needed support to the entrepreneur as per the stage he is currently in. If you're a startup, your main concern is to finalizing the legal requirements, accessing the finance, and ensuring that the business will start functioning properly. If you're at the growth stage, now you're looking at expanding your market, looking at competitors, trying to develop the product a little bit further so that you have a competitive edge. In the expansion, we start looking at how we can develop stronger this market and start assessing the possibility of developing new products so that you expand your product range or your service range. Entrepreneurs who do not innovate their products and their services will be out of the business. And this is very evident in many examples around the world. Entrepreneurs need to keep on innovating and creating more added value services and products so that they ensure that their customers are always coming back to them, and you start to create what we call customer loyalty. Step 4 of the development life cycle of an enterprise is maturity, where your entrepreneur now is very well established with very strong monitoring systems. He knows what's happening around. He has a number of staff who are managing and supporting him. And then accordingly now he starts looking at developing joint ventures outside or developing partnerships with foreign investors so that they can expand more and have bigger access for their products and services. The program, the EDIP program in the world, is implemented today in 48 countries. We started in one country in Bahrain in 1999. Today in 2016 we implement this program in 48 countries. So this expansion or this widespread of this entrepreneurship program will help us create a number of linkages, partnerships, investment opportunities, trade facilitation between local entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs from all around the world. For us, the success of this model is really based on that we focus a lot on the entrepreneur and we develop a network for this entrepreneur. Whoever can provide a service to the startup or growth of our entrepreneurs is part of our network This is the case in Bahrain, and this is the case we do in the 48 countries we run the program. At the end of the day, the success of the program is based on the success of the entrepreneur, and it's not based on the success of the business counselors. Just a few highlights about the program. In 2005, His Excellency Dr. Ahmed Muhammad Ali, the chairman of the Islamic Development Bank, visited Bahrain and visited our incubator system and visited the program. And since then, we have a very strong cooperation with the Islamic Development Bank. They have financed us to develop the same modality in a number of Islamic countries. His Royal Highness Prince Talal bin Abdul Aziz Al Saud, the President of the Arab Gulf Development Fund, has also partnered with us in developing what we call banks of innovation. These banks provide microfinancing to entrepreneurs through financial schemes, and through our IDIB program we provide non-financial services for the success and development and growth of entrepreneurs. And we have done that, the establishment of this bank, we have supported in that in 7 or 8 countries around the Arab region, and also in Africa in Sierra Leone. Her Majesty Queen Rania Al Abdullah of Jordan visited also our program in Bahrain in 2003. We have been running the program in Jordan for the past 10-13 years now. This is the launch of our IDIB program in China. We are operating the IDIB program in China in 300 cities with around 2,500 business counselors. Accordingly, what we're trying to represent here and to show to our entrepreneurs is that even if you develop your business in Bahrain, in a very small country, there are no limitations to where you can grow. There are no limitations to what kind of UNIDO support you can get in developing your business and expanding your business. We have seen a number of successful entrepreneurs from Bahrain and the region developing their businesses. And I would like to recommend that you check out some of the success stories we have on the portal that will inspire you on how this program was very successful in helping them start their business, expand their business, and become economically active for their national countries.